Hello and welcome to Judy Talk Show. Today I have an incredible guest. She is the coordinator, outreach coordinator, and also a community relation at the mayor's office. Hello, Susan.
Good morning, Judy.
Good morning. Thank you for being here with me.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. I always, like I mentioned to you earlier, this is a show that I bring in calibers of women to talk about their background. And also I know that for me, being a young girl, I went through some stage in my life that I have low self-esteem. I don't have anyone to look up to. I don't know that young girl like me can have a mentor, someone to reach out to if I'm lost, maybe in my career or trying to know what to do in the community. So having people like you encourages us, knowing that whatever you put your mind into, that you're going to succeed.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for being here.
I'm excited to be here today.
Do you mind telling the viewers about yourself?
Well, I am originally from Omaha. I grew up here in the city. I've lived here all my life. My parents were first generation, born in the United States, so my grandparents are from Mexico. So it's been a beautiful opportunity to see how our city has changed so much. And I'm a homegrown girl, I guess you could say.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you for that. So I wanted to say, so you are the outreach coordinator and the community relation at the mayor's office?
I am. That is my current position. There are a few of us, and what we do in the office is we kind of divide and conquer. Many of us attend community events, community meetings, and report back and kind of stay in contact with one another just to make sure that we are present in the community, reporting back, sharing information with the people in our office. So the mayor she unfortunately can't be everywhere. So just kind of to get a pulse of things that are going on in the community and be present and just advocate for the citizens of Omaha.
Oh, okay. So you are more like the ear to the mayor.
Yes and no. I think that, if there are certain things that are going on, we share that as a team. Or if there are things that, we find out in the office and we give updates at community meetings and things. And so it's very interesting. It gives me an opportunity to come together with people in the community, people where I have grown up. And I primarily focus on South Omaha. I work across the city, but I primarily focus on South Omaha because I am able to speak in Spanish as well. So. Okay,
awesome. So since you said you focus on South Omaha, do they have other people
community.
That are
we have other people in our office, and as I said, we kind of divide and conquer, and so attend various events across the city and events, meetings, community meetings to try and represent and be present in the community.
So do people send email to the office or you guys reach out to come and represent the mayor? How does that
It's
work?
a little bit of both. I have already kind of established a network with the community organizations. And so I attend regular community meetings monthly. And then also I have the opportunity when we have as you know, the mayor has the mayor's hotline. I am the individual who will take the calls in Spanish if we have Spanish callers. And so they can either call in to the hotline and I can get those calls, or if they leave them on voicemail, or they can call my line directly. And then I'll intercede and see what I can do.
Yeah. Speaking of going into community meetings, how I met you, I went to the Coffee and Contacts. They have a friend of ours. I would say a friend of ours because once you come together for a
Absolutely.
common goal, you're all friends.
Absolutely.
So that's how I met you. After you introduced yourself, I was very astonished. I'm like, wow. Because young girls like me growing up, we don't see that much because they see it as women have a particular role to play. But having you get female like you that we look up to, so that gives us courage, knowing that, you know what, I want to be that lady.
It's possible, sure.
Yes.
I have to tell you a little bit about myself. I
Yes.
grew up, I'm the youngest of three girls in our family, no boys. So I think that we were raised to be very independent,
Yes.
kind of assertive women, as you can say. And so I had the opportunity to be, I was the youngest of the family, so I
the
think
baby.
sometimes it's easier for the
Yes.
baby of the family.
Exactly.
But we were very strong. I have two strong, amazing sisters. And, it's about setting some goals.
It's true.
And I was blessed to have great parents who helped me set goals and always had high expectations for us. So that helps a lot.
Yes, and parents play goal in their kids' life.
Absolutely.
They do. 'Cause
Absolutely.
They encourage you because they see you when you're little. They know your potential. They know what. Because whenever, let's say you can't dictate everything in a kid's life, but there is something that you see in every kid. That's why everyone is different. Some parents, you ask them, who is your favorite kid? They will say, I can pick. They're all favorites.
Right.
Because they all have a unique talent that they
Right.
display.
I have 4 children of my own, and they ask me the same thing, who's your favorite? And I think they're all favorites of mine
Yes.
for particular qualities
Yes.
or strengths.
Yes,
Every
exactly.
child has their unique characteristics and strengths and gifts. And so it's about, as a parent and as a past educator, it's about tapping into those strengths and just being supportive. And
Exactly.
I had parents who were supportive and, like I said, set high expectations. And every opportunity I have had, every role that I've been able to be a part of, it's not because of me, it's because of how my parents pushed
you
me
to do it.
and expected that of me. And,
Exactly.
as you grow up, I think you want to do your best. But you want to do your best because you want to make your parents proud of you.
I always say that, yes. Whenever I try to do something, I will say, is my parents going to be proud if they know that I'm doing
Right,
this?
absolutely.
So if you have that at the back of your head, it keeps you in check.
Absolutely.
Keeps you on track.
It's that little,
Yes.
they're on your shoulder everywhere you go.
Like now, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but my dad is deceased. So whenever I do something, I feel like he's looking over me.
Absolutely.
So I always have a reminder in the back of my head, like the family that you came from. So I see it as I keep myself in check. So I won't, because I'm out there. If you're out there, you're representing your family and yourself.
Absolutely.
And then the community. So whatever you put out there, people will judge, like, where did she come from? That's the first thing they will look into.
Right, absolutely. You're correct.
Okay. I wanted to let the viewers know you were a principal in the past.
I was. I had the opportunity to work with Omaha Public Schools for 31 years.
Oh, my.
I just retired last June, and I was the principal at Spring Lake Magnet, which to me obviously is the best elementary school in Omaha Public Schools. So I loved my time at OPS and was able to meet so many amazing young people and so many beautiful families in South Omaha.
Awesome. Is there any special skill to be the principal? Is there, like, how do you know that was there something that, I know there is something that they saw on you that made you principal. Is there a skill, like any young lady that wants to be in that position?
Well, I began as a teacher, and I had some great mentors. My mother was a paraprofessional for Omaha Public Schools, and so she kind of guided me in that direction. But I had an amazing mentor, Dr. Jim Ramirez, who worked with Omaha Public Schools at the time, and he encouraged me and kind of guided me, along with Dr. Benning from OPS, very iconic individuals in the school district. And so they kind of encouraged me to set my goal on, when I went back to school for my master's, why not educational administration? I said, well, I don't think I want to be a principal. Well, that keeps you more well-rounded.
Yes.
And then the opportunity came where I was offered an assistant principal position, and I took a chance. I was expecting my fourth child, and I took the position and just, loved it. I think the key thing that you need is to be a person who is able to build relationships. And a people person.
Exactly.
It's not like a factory where we're pushing out a product. It is a school system where we're there to guide and nurture young people and help them see the potential that we see in them.
Yes, exactly. And also, not that you're guiding the children, you're working with the children, the teachers that you're going to, and then the parents.
Absolutely.
So it's a community thing, because they usually say it takes a village
It
to
does.
raise a child.
Absolutely.
So that's exactly the job that you guys are doing, and which is marvelous.
It's you as an elementary principal, you're a teacher of teachers. And so I, going to Spring Lake, I was able to communicate the needs of our community, because it was the community that I grew up in. Actually, at Spring Lake, I lived on that property before the school was built.
Why?
So it was my home. But I was able to work with teachers and kind of guide them and be the facilitator so they could understand our community. And advocate. When I left Spring Lake, I was very proud to say that my work had been done. My staff was an amazing staff that they've really taken our children into their arms, and they advocate for our families and our students in our Spring Lake community.
Exactly. Because to blend into the community, you have to know the community.
Oh, and they do. Yeah, Spring Lake does.
Yes. Oh my, I love that story. That is awesome. What are you looking forward to now?
Well, now that I'm working in the mayor's office, I feel that I'm looking forward to a lot of things.
Set more goals, right?
I continue to set more goals.
I love that.
I feel like I've kind of closed a chapter. Now that I'm retired from Omaha Public Schools, and I've begun a new adventure in the mayor's office. But what I feel that I am able to do in this new role is kind of what I began at Spring Lake, fostering and advocating for the Spring Lake community. I feel that I'm able to kind of do that in a broader sense now in my current role with the South Omaha community. So kind of what I began there, kind of just continue that in that area of the city. The other thing, I have 4 grown children, and my youngest just graduated last year from high school when I retired. So they've kind of begun their new lives, and I have kind of begun a new chapter as well. So spending a little more time doing some things that I didn't always have the time to do when they were young and growing up, and I was working as many hours in OPS and things. So there's a lot to look forward to, just new adventures.
Yes, exactly, and keep setting goals.
Absolutely, that's what it's about.
Yes, it makes you like, so when somebody sees you, like, wow, I can't believe that you have done, you have been through all this or you have done this, because when you keep setting goals and you keep accomplishing them, it broadens your idea, it broadens the way that you see the community,
Oh,
you see other,
absolutely.
and also how people see you. Because here in Omaha is community based, it's family based.
Very family based and very
Yes.
community based.
Yes.
But it's about reaching out and being a good mentor or a role model for other
Yes,
young women
exactly. Yes.
or other students in our community.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. Is there something that have ever happened to you in the past, the best thing that's ever happened to you in the past or now in the present?
I think, honestly, there are many things, but I, of course, I have been an educator. I'm a community person. I work in, for the city of Omaha.
Yes.
But first and foremost, I'm a mom.
Yes.
And so I think that has probably been the thing that has molded me the most.
Yes. Keeps you grounded.
To know that there are 4 individuals out there ranging from 19 to 27 who are a part of me, to see them grow and evolve into young adults and see them be productive in the community and hopefully give back more.
Yes.
Some have, and
Makes you proud.
it does. That is probably one of the things that has made me the proudest.
Awesome. Wow, I love that. I love that. Well, what do people don't know about you? Is there maybe something you're working forward to? I know you have a goal, things to accomplish, you help your community, you're a mom. Is there something that people don't know that you want to share?
Well,
or something you're looking forward to?
I know your program is about empowering young women.
Yes.
So I do have to tell you, I think sometimes we see women in positions of, I don't want to say power, but people that we believe are successful. And I think success is a lot of things, but I want young women to know that when we see women in positions that are positions of power, maybe, we have to remember, some of us have had our little struggles along the way, and things aren't always easy. I oftentimes say that I feel that I've been through the fire and kind of come out the other way.
Yes.
I have, I did raise my children as a single mom when my oldest son was 12. So it wasn't really easy all the time.
It's rocky a little bit.
But I have had the opportunity to kind of come through the fire, and I mean, it makes me proud.
Yes.
It's a lot of hard work and determination.
It is.
And I think we have to remember, not, oftentimes you see an elementary principal and I had opportunities where I would meet with parents and kind of have some good discussions, and there were a couple times parents would say, "Oh, you don't understand. I'm raising my kids on my own." And in my mind, I'm thinking, well, I am too. But, I think we have to remember the importance of everyone's story.
Yes.
And value that. Because what I tell my children is all of our experiences impact us.
Yes.
But our experiences don't have to mold the person we become.
Exactly.
So they affect us.
Yeah. Don't always blame it on
But we can't
something.
use those as excuses.
Yes.
And so if we have goals and we have a lot of determination and grit, I guess, we can do a lot of things and overcome.
Yes. Because if you keep holding on to the past, how are you going to move past it?
Absolutely. We have to look to the future.
You have to see it as growth.
But I think when we meet people, we have to kind of know the importance of their story.
Yes.
Because that helps us understand the individual a lot better.
It's true. Because sometimes when someone's in the position, they think it was easier for you, but
Not
it
always,
wasn't.
right.
Because there is some steps you took before you get there. So if it was easy, everybody would have been there.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but at the same time,
Yes.
anything is
Anything.
possible. And we
Yes,
have to
if you put
remember
the
that.
handwork, yes.
You know, I think as a mom, you have to be encouraging to your children. And I think there are so many people who will say, oh, you can't do this or you can't accomplish that. And so we need to encourage and be positive and, you know, tell them, yes, anything is possible if that's what
true.
you want. I
Yes.
think as a parent or as an educator, you need to encourage children to find their passion,
It's true. It's true.
because that's so important.
Yes, it's very important because my mom always tell me whenever I'm going through a hard time and I call her to complain, she will tell me, do you know how expensive diamond is? Do you know how many hits that he went through before he
Right.
was made a diamond?
That's
So you
true.
have to go through hard time before you can be able to come out on the other side.
Absolutely. That's
So
very
when
true.
I have that on my head, when I'm going through, I'm like, you know what? Something great is coming. So let me be patient. Let me not frustrate myself.
I
so
always say
can-
it's in God's
Yes,
time.
exactly. God's time is the best.
And it's not always
Yes.
our time.
Our time is His time. And once you trust in Him, His will is going to be done. And
Absolutely.
you'll be like, wow, that's why I've been going through all this. You are training me to be able to have patience to deal with this.
You pass through the fire to get
Yes.
through the other side.
Yes, exactly. So is there anything that you want to, let's say a girl that is trying to hold their head up above water, what advice will you give the person?
I would say to continue to be patient, endure, and I think there are so many amazing role models in our community in Omaha. I know that they're everywhere, maybe in a young girl's faith community, maybe in their school community, maybe in their home environment. You know, there are so many young, middle-aged, older women who are so knowledgeable and wise and are here to support the young women who are struggling or just barely staying afloat. And so it's about understanding and listening and encouraging, because that is really what makes all the difference.
Exactly.
Some people, you know, you might be able to interact and say, oh, I understand what you're feeling, because when I was young, that happened to me. Or, you know, I struggled when I was trying to go to school and raise my child. Or so it's reaching out. There are many women there to support, and some of them might be in their own home.
Exactly. Exactly.
So doing that, I think
Yes.
that will give a lot of young girls the hope, the understanding, the
the
compassion and encouragement that they need.
Exactly. True. Well, thank you so much. We're done. Great to have you here.
Thank you for the invitation.
You're welcome. I love speaking to people like you. Like I said, female like you. It gives us younger ones courage, encouragement that is never an easy road. But if we have the grit, if we have the courage, set goals, work hard, and then, like you said, God's timing is the best. So
Anything is possible.
Yes, anything is possible. And being a principal, you have worked with younger ones, because that's the stage that we carry them on the arms and then show them that you have potential. So go for your goal.
Absolutely. It's beautiful to see what comes out as children graduate from high school.
Yes.
And you're so proud.
Yes. I would love to continue this conversation with you.
I would
Maybe
love
some
that.
other time.
Absolutely.
We'll chat and then see how the community outreach is going. If there is anything that we can do, maybe bring in some female, go out and do some, encourage younger girls and reach out to them. If they have any organizations that need a female speaker, like female like you are the ones that will reach out to come.
Well, thank you, Judy. I appreciate
talk
that.
to them. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. You have heard my guest, Susan. She used to be a principal, so she know how it is to raise to bring up a child, to give them encouragement, encourage them that they have something in them, they have potential to reach out, and then reach out to people, especially the ones that you look up to. You know, you never know who is waiting for you to reach out to them, but you'll never get the answer if you don't reach out. And also work hard and know that God's timing is the best. Thank you and have a nice day.